Subaru say that this new Forester Hybrid will do over 1,000 Ks to a single tank of fuel, which sounds really impressive until you actually drive it. Now, I've been living with this thing for the past week. Some things Subaru have absolutely nailed. Other things might drive you a little bit insane. But anyway, here's 3 things that I like about the Subaru Forester Hybrid and 3 things that I definitely do not. Short, sweet, let's get into it. Say this isn't your traditional CVT, and technically that's true. It uses a planetary gear transaxle, a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo to me, I don't know what it means, but essentially it means when you want to speed up or go slower, it moves Jupiter and goes into Uranus.
What?
No, it just means that it's controlled electronically. It's very clever, very advanced, but to your ears, it just behaves exactly like a CVT. And that means when you put your foot down, it sounds like it's blending your morning greens. It's just very loud and it's not very pleasant. But on that note, if you think my voice is less annoying than a CVT, you may as well subscribe because I review cars like this every single week. This thing feels incredibly planted on the road. Every single Subaru Forester comes with the symmetrical all-wheel drive system, and then you couple that with the suspension tune and the torque vectoring, and you get something that's a bit unusual for a family SUV, and that's confidence, because the steering is precise, the grip is excellent, and the whole thing just feels really properly bolted together. Most SUVs can feel a little bit vague, cornering, you know, you get body roll as you go rolling through turns. This doesn't have that. It feels like the Subaru engineers, you know, grew up watching rally cars sideways through the mud, and to be fair, they probably did. Here's something that genuinely surprised me about the Forester. The visibility out the back is absolutely excellent. Some SUVs these days, they've got like a compulsion with small windows and chunky C-pillars, and it kind of makes it feel like you're sitting inside a bank vault. But the visibility out the back of here is excellent. And this is because I think Subaru engineers recognize something very important. People who buy their cars, they've got bikes, they've got dogs, they've got kids, they've got camping gear. Often all of them at the same time, which means you actually have to be able to see out of the car. So it absolutely baffles me why Subaru have then gone and fitted something so disappointing. The reversing camera, because despite having excellent visibility out here, the camera quality itself, it's not great. It's a bit like old security footage from a petrol station. You can see everything that you need to see, but it's just not polished like some of the other things on the car are. And then you go to this view and it's just a bug-eye view, and then it's small but noticeable. Now, Subaru claim that this Forester Hybrid uses 6.2 litres per 100 Ks, and because the fuel tank is 63 litres, that gives this thing a theoretical range of just over 1,000 kilometres. But in the real world, I'm seeing actually it just ticked up to 6.9 litres per 100 Ks. Now, that's, you know, fairly fuel efficient, but it's not overly impressive for a hybrid. For context, the Kia Sportage SX hybrid that I've got on long term at the moment, that's drinking about 5.8 litres per 100, so a full litre less than this, and the hybrid RAV4 will do even better than that. So compared to other SUVs in this segment, the Forester isn't the most efficient that you can buy, but I suppose still, even at 6.8, 6.9 litres per 100, 63 litre tank, you're still looking at a range over or around 900 kilometers, which means you're still going to skip a fair few fuel stations. Now, the Subaru's boot isn't actually the biggest in the class. You get about 496 litres back here. So things like the RAV4 and the Hyundai Tucson, you're going to have a bigger boot. But here's where Subaru have been really, really clever with it. You've got like a really wide opening here, and there's heaps of little goodies. You've got tie down points here and here. You've got storage hooks here and here, some hooks for your groceries up here. And if you fold down the seats, you get over 1,700 litres of space, which means this boot, this cargo area, was designed by someone who actually owns camping gear, or dogs, or kids, or all three. Now, the last thing that has irritated me is this driver monitoring system. Look, it's great that Subaru's fitted it, and you know, I'm sure the roads are a safer place because of it, but it's just way too enthusiastic. If I look over here for 2 seconds, look in my mirrors, keep your eyes on the road. If I look at the infotainment screen, keep your eyes on the road. If I look in my rearview mirrors, keep my eyes on the road. It's just, honestly, it feels like it thinks you got a wedding cake in the back, and you've just got to be so vigilant, which you do. But I mean, it's just so annoying, and I'm missing all the key information up on the screen because I've just got this flashing warning and the beeping, and it's a bit frustrating when it's just going off constantly. So 3 things I really liked about this: driving, it really drives with confidence. Practicality, the boot, it's got, you know, all the little hooks and everything. It's really practical space, and the visibility is excellent. 3 things that it should improve on: the reversing camera, that needs some work, needs better quality camera, better quality up here. The noisy CVT, just probably going to stick with it because they've stuck with it for a while, but it's a little bit frustrating. And the safety systems. Look, it's great that they're on there, but yeah, just a little bit annoying. Overall, this Subaru, it feels like a really solid package. It feels bolted together well. It's not particularly exciting, but you know, it feels put together well. It feels like something that's going to be running for another 10 years. And I mean, Subaru do have pretty high customer satisfaction in that regard. So it still feels like a solid choice if you're in the market for an SUV. The value proposition with some of these Chinese cars coming across maybe comes into question a little bit, but I think overall it's a pretty solid package. Now next week I'll be driving the Forester Petrol, so make sure you subscribe, give this video a like so that you can see the next one, because in the next one, after driving that, I'm going to tell you which one I think, if you're in the market for a Forester, you should buy. Is this hybrid worth the extra money, or do you just buy the petrol one? Alright, I'll catch you in the next video.